While I was away on a trip, my mom called me, sobbing, "Your brother's been in a terrible accident. We need money fast." My heart dropped. Without thinking, I gave her my safe code, canceled all my plans, and rushed home. But when I arrived, my brother was perfectly fine. My $4 million, however, had vanished, and yet I couldn't stop smiling. Because the safe code I gave them wasn't the real one. It opened nothing but an empty box. "Don't lie to me, Caleb. I know you touched the account." My mother's voice cracked through the kitchen like glass shattering. Dad slammed his fist against the table, the plates rattled. "Enough! Both of you shut it!" I stood in the doorway, silent, hands trembling in my pockets. The air smelled of burnt coffee and anger. My sister Mara rolled her eyes, muttering under her breath. Then Caleb's gaze landed on me. His jaw tightened. "This is Robert's fault," he said, pointing straight at me. "He's the one who started all of this." "My name is Robert Hale. I'm 26 years old. For most of my life, I've been the quiet one, the background son. I don't shout. I don't fight. I've learned silence is safer in this house. But tonight, as they throw my name around like a curse, I feel something shift. They don't know what I know. They don't know the secret I've carried, waiting for the right moment." Family members introduced. Dad, Samuel, 58. Always decisive, always loud. He dismisses me with a wave like I'm a fly. Mom, Ellen, 54. Her tears fall easy, but they don't always mean what you think. Caleb, 29. Firstborn, confident, arrogant, believes the world owes him. Mara, 23. Sharp-tongued, restless, always quick to mock. Each of them stood in that kitchen, circling like wolves. "Robert doesn't even matter," Mara scoffed. "He never has." But when Dad avoided my eyes just for a second, I knew something bigger was hiding here. The fight sharpened. It was about money, again. Dad's retirement fund. Caleb's debts. Mara's sudden need for a loan. "You think I'm made of money?" Dad roared. "You've given everything to Caleb," Mom snapped, voice trembling. I stayed still, watching. Thinking, I've seen this before. The way they spin, twist, and grab until someone breaks, and then it slipped. Mara muttered, too low, but I heard it. "If Robert hadn't told..." She cut herself short. Told what? My silence tightened like a fist. They all turned on one another. Voices rose, hands slammed. "You always protect Caleb," Mara screamed. "You all walk over me," Mom cried. "You're weak." Dad spat at her. Through it all, I stayed calm, watching, measuring. Then I spoke, my voice steady. "You think I don't notice who you choose? You think I haven't kept count?" The room fell silent. They didn't like the sound of my calm. Years ago. I was 15. Caleb wrecked Dad's car, drunk. When the police came, Dad pulled me aside. "Say it was you," he ordered. "You're the quiet one. You'll survive it." I remember the smell of gasoline on my hands, the way Caleb smirked behind Dad's shoulder, one night in juvie. A whole reputation ruined. They never apologized. They never even spoke of it again. But Mara saw. She knew. And now, watching her avoid my eyes, I knew she hadn't forgotten either. "Stop pretending!" I snapped finally. My voice shook the air. "This isn't about loans. It's about the land Grandpa left." The room froze. Dad's face went pale. Caleb swore. "That land was never yours," Dad shouted. "It wasn't yours either," I said, eyes locked on him. "You forged the papers. You sold it. You lied to all of us." Mom gasped, her hand over her mouth. Mara whispered, "Robert, you knew?" Yes, I had known. All along. And tonight was the night to drag it out. Voices broke into chaos. Caleb grabbed Dad's shoulder, yelling. Mara cried out. Mom's sobs filled the kitchen, but I stood firm, my words cutting through the storm. "I gave you all my silence. Tonight, I give you the truth." Ellen's eyes searched mine, pleading. "Robert, please, don't do this." But before I could speak again, Mara's voice split the air. "He's right," she said quietly. "I saw the papers. Dad made Caleb sign. Mom knew. The betrayal wasn't mine. It was theirs. The house felt like it was caving in. Dad yelling, Caleb cursing, Mom begging, but I felt light. For the first time in years, I turned toward the door. Mara's voice followed me. Robert, wait, I'm sorry, I should have said something. I paused, hand on the doorknob. You'll never see me the same again, I said. And I don't need you to. Then I stepped out into the night, free, not angry, just done. And yet, a thought lingered. My revenge wasn't finished. Not yet. Weeks passed. The family fractured, each piece trying to survive. Dad faced the fallout of the land he stole. Caleb lost his easy shield. Mara began calling me, hesitant, softer. For once, I wasn't carrying their weight. I walked by the river one evening, the air cool on my skin, and I exhaled. For the first time, I whispered to myself, I don't carry them anymore. The storm hadn't given me peace. I had taken it back, and in that silence, I finally found hope. Freedom didn't mean forgetting. I couldn't shake the image of Dad's forged signature, Caleb's smirk, Mom's silence, so I started digging. Old deeds, bank records. I knew where the bodies were buried, not real ones, but lies layered deep. At night, I'd sit in my small apartment, the glow of my laptop painting my face. Every file I pulled was a brick in their coffin. It wasn't about money anymore. It was about truth, and showing them I was no longer the shadow in their house. Caleb always believed nothing could touch him. But I leaked the right documents to the right people. The bank came for him. The creditors followed. One night he called me, his voice ragged. Rob, I need help, please. I let the silence stretch, heavy and deliberate. Then I said, like the night you watched me take your blame? Remember that? He cursed and hung up. That was the last time he tried me. Mara showed up at my door, eyes swollen. She sat on my couch, twisting her hands. I should have told the truth years ago, she whispered. I saw what Dad made you do. I stayed quiet because I was scared. I didn't answer right away. Watching her squirm felt like justice in motion. Finally, I said, scared people stay quiet. Brave people speak. You get to choose who you are now. For once, she didn't mock me. She just nodded, broken. Mom cornered me in town, tears ready like always. Robert, he's your father. You can't destroy him like this. I looked at her steady. He destroyed himself. You just helped him hide it. Her lips trembled. I was protecting the family. No, I said coldly. You were protecting Caleb. Don't dress it up. For the first time, she couldn't cry her way out. She walked away instead. Dad finally called me, voice rough with anger. You think you're smart? You think you've won? I built everything you have. No, I said. You built a house of lies, and I just opened the windows. There was a long pause. Then he laughed, bitter and small. You're still the weak one, Robert. But I heard the crack in his voice. He wasn't laughing at me. He was trying to cover his own fear. The papers went public. The forged deeds, the hidden accounts, the land deal, neighbors whispered. Old friends avoided them. The mighty Samuel Hale was just another liar exposed. I didn't stand in the crowd to watch. It wasn't about the spectacle. I sat at home, quiet, steady. I didn't need their faces anymore. Their fall was enough. Weeks later, Mara came again. He's sick, Robert. Dad's not the same. You should see him. I shook my head. I've seen him enough for a lifetime. She placed her hand on mine. Then, will you ever forgive us? I looked at her. My voice was soft but firm. Forgiveness isn't something you ask for once. It's something you earn day by day. Start there. The house I grew up in stood like a skeleton now. Quiet, hollow, stripped of its power. And I, for the first time, felt a different kind of silence. Not the one they forced on me, not the silence of fear. This silence was mine. A silence of peace, of freedom, of choice. I didn't need revenge anymore. I had truth, and truth was heavier than any punishment I could give. I walked by the river again, the wind cool on my face. I thought of the boy I used to be, the one who took the blame, who swallowed pain, who thought silence was survival. That boy was gone. I don't carry you anymore, I whispered into the night. Not your lies, not your weight, not your shame. And with that, I let the water take the last piece of them from me. If you were in my place, would you forgive, or would you walk away forever? Tell me in the comments. Your voice matters here. If Robert's story hit you, his silence, his revenge, his release, then subscribe for more stories like this. If you've ever felt the weight of family betrayal, comment your thoughts. Let's build a space where silence breaks and truth finds its voice.